Hello, Internet! It's been a long time since our last character feature, but I didn't forget. I was just busy with other things. Our character feature this episode is Hwoarang. I don't really know how his name is pronounced, but of the pronunciations I've heard, this is the one I like the best, so you're stuck with it. Alright, Hwoarang was introduced into the series in Tekken 3. He is Korean and a student of Baekdo-san. His fighting style is Taekwondo. His story goes that he was a hustler in the streets of Korea. He was part of a fraud team. During a fight, he'd raise the stakes and win out. He had a perfect record until Jin showed up, and they fought to a draw. In addition to that, his mentor, Beck, disappears and becomes one of Ogre's victims. His reasons for entering the tournament are then twofold: a rematch against Jin, and revenge on Ogre for Beck. Hwoarang's Tekken 3 ending shows him with a trophy for the tournament, but he is not happy about it, presumably because he did not get his rematch with Jin. Lo and behold, he happens to see Jin enter a warehouse holding what seems to be an injured shoulder as Tekken Force soldiers pursue him. Hwoarang investigates, throws the trophy in their midst, and beats up the soldiers. Then he looks to Jin, who is hunched over with some lightning sparks. Jin leaps up, noticeably high, and leaves. Hwoarang smiles. In Tekken Tag, Hwoarang's ending is him yelling at Jin about something as Jin looks annoyed and shrugs off whatever Hwoarang is saying. In Beck's ending, it is Hwoarang being lectured and shrugging off what he is being told. In Tekken 4, we come to find out Hwoarang had been drafted into the military. If you don't already know, military service is mandatory in South Korea. He was successful in various missions, but disobeyed rules and gave his senior officers more than a few headaches. He also felt empty, yearning for the days of his street life. One day he learns of the next tournament and deserts his military service to defeat Jin, Heihachi, or anyone else who would stand in the way of his claiming the Mishima Zaibatsu. That last part seems poorly worded, given what happens throughout the course of his story playthrough. During that, Hwoarang wins the tournament and immediately sells off the Mishima Zaibatsu to another company, then seeks out Jin. Jin doesn't want to fight, but Hwoarang insists, so they do. Afterwards, Jin is breathing heavily, and the two are interrupted by the Korean military, there to arrest Hwoarang for his desertion. Jin helps Hwoarang beat up some of the soldiers. Hwoarang offers Jin a chance to even the score at the next tournament. Jin smiles, the car they're hiding behind explodes, and the two young men have disappeared. In Tekken 5, we come to find out that Hwoarang was in fact arrested for his desertion near the end of the previous tournament. However, he had not had a chance to fight Jin. At the Korean embassy, a man claiming to be the ambassador passes him a letter. We are not told the contents, but they shock Hwoarang. He's eager to get out and is released upon completing his military service. He sets out to finish Jin Kazama. His T5 story interludes have an interaction with his master, Beck. Beck scolds him for leaving without permission, and Hwoarang insists there is someone he must defeat. Beck challenges him, and Hwoarang wins. He promises to resume training on his return. The next story interlude is with Jin. Hwoarang is ready to fight. Jin seems preoccupied, but agrees. Victory is bitter for Hwoarang, though, as Jin concedes defeat and gives up easily in Hwoarang's eyes. Hwoarang also appears in interludes during Beck's Tekken 5 playthrough and during Jin's Tekken 5 playthrough. The events are reversed, though, because Hwoarang loses in each of those battles. Hwoarang's ending movie shows him rapidly riding his bike on a highway and catching a glimpse of an ominous figure. None other than Devil Jin. Devil Jin smiles evilly, holds out his arm, and uses his power to cause Hwoarang's bike to explode. Hwoarang is thrown off, rolls on the pavement, and looks up to see Devil Jin approaching through the flames. Devil Jin is no longer smiling and has an intent look in his eyes. Hwoarang mutters something under his breath, but smiles and prepares to fight. He also makes an appearance in Baek's ending, where he is caught about to participate in a street fight. Baek scolds him, beats up Hwoarang's challengers, and drags the young Korean away. In Tekken 6, we come to find out that Jin and Hwoarang fought during Tekken 5. However, it was immediately after Hwoarang defeated Jin that Jin transformed and Devil Jin beat up Hwoarang to the point that Hwoarang was unconscious and hospitalized for 3 days. He learns from Baek about what happened and trains harder than ever to fight Devil Jin. His ending shows Hwoarang pick up the orb from Azazel and then struggling to fight off a transformation. He starts to grow fangs and develop black markings, but he resists upon envisioning Devil Jin and throws the orb down, smashing it with his foot. He again appears in Baek's ending, this time to lament his master's death as it happens. So that's Hwoarang as he is shown in the story. As for my own opinion, aesthetically, I think he's one of the better looking male characters in Tekken. I like his design, I like his hair. Story-wise, I like that he is closely tied with Jin. I like that he provides a gateway to see more of Jin. I felt like the moment that Jin transformed during the Tekken 5 tournament and became Devil Jin was a missed opportunity to show us possibly Jin making a decision, Hwoarang's realization of what he is dealing with, and an overall turning point in the story as a whole. The Tekken 5 ending is cool, the Tekken 6 prologue picture is cool, but a transition in between either of those I think would have been even cooler. I don't really like Hwoarang's Tekken 6 ending because the Devil Jin part had been shown in trailers, or at least one trailer, and it amounting to only a vision felt anticlimactic. I find his other endings where Jin is actually present and the two interact more interesting. I think Jin and Hwoarang are good foils. They are two different characters whose differing traits are emphasized when they are shown together. As for his moveset, I'm not very good with Hwoarang. I mean, I'm not very good, period. But I'm even more clueless when I pick Hwoarang. I don't mind getting him on random select though. In Tekken Bowl, Hwoarang is ambidextrous. He will be in Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken. Overall, I think he's cool. And his connection to Jin certainly has its perks, and I appreciate them quite a bit. Thank you for listening.